Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name's Greg. I'm not a Wall Street guru, and I don't have a secret formula to make you a millionaire overnight. Honestly, I'm just a guy who spent way too long being stressed out about money. I tried following all the standard advice, I read the books, listened to the podcasts, and all it did was make me feel like I was failing. It felt like the advice was written for a different person, living on a different planet. That's when I realized the problem wasn't me. It was the advice. So today, for our very first episode, we're going to talk about the 3 biggest financial lies that keep good people like you, feeling stuck. Lie number 1, the myth of good debt. You've heard this one a million times. Get a mortgage. That's good debt because you're building equity. Student loans are good debt because you're investing in yourself. It sounds great in theory, but here's the reality. Debt is debt. It's a promise you make to a bank that you will sacrifice a piece of your future freedom every single month for decades. When you have a massive mortgage, you can't just quit that job you hate. You can't take a year off to travel or start that business you've been dreaming of. That good debt becomes a golden cage. It fundamentally changes your relationship with work and with risk. Instead of working for your goals, you're working for the bank. We'll talk a lot more on this channel about how to navigate housing and education without shackling yourself. But the first step is to change your mindset. Debt is not a tool for wealth. It's a thief of freedom. All right, lie number 2. This one is plastered all over the internet. That you need to be an expert stock picker to build wealth. That you have to find the next Amazon or Tesla before anyone else does. This is a recipe for anxiety, not wealth. For every person who got lucky on a single stock, there are thousands who lost their shirts trying. Even the professionals, the highly paid fund managers, fail to beat the market average over the long term. They want you to believe it's a game of skill you can win if you just try hard enough, or buy their course, or subscribe to their newsletter. But it's mostly a game of chance. And the casino always has the edge. There is a better way. It's called passive investing. You don't pick individual stocks. Instead, you buy a little piece of the entire market through low-cost index funds. You bet on human ingenuity and economic growth as a whole, not on one specific company. It's simple, it's effective, and best of all, it's boring. It lets you set it, forget it, and get on with your actual life. Your financial future shouldn't feel like a trip to the casino. It should feel like planting a tree and watching it grow slowly and steadily over time. And that brings us to the third and, in my opinion, most damaging lie. That getting ahead with money means you have to live a life of extreme, miserable frugality. You know the advice. Stop buying lattes. Cancel all your subscriptions. Never eat out. The idea is that if you just cut every possible expense, you'll magically become wealthy. This approach fails because it's not sustainable. It frames money as a negative, a source of restriction and punishment. It makes you focus on the small things you're giving up instead of the big things you want to achieve. I believe in something different. I call it conscious spending. It's not about cutting everything. It's about figuring out what you truly value and then spending extravagantly on that, while mercilessly cutting costs on the things you don't care about. Love to travel? Automate your savings and investments, and then plan that amazing trip without guilt. Are you passionate about high-quality food? Cut back on streaming services you don't watch and enjoy that nice dinner. Money is a tool to build a life you love, not a scorecard of self-denial. So let's recap the 3 lies. 1. That good debt is your friend. It's not. It's a cage. 2. That you need to be a stock market wizard. You don't. Passive investing is your path to peace. And 3. That you need to deprive yourself to get rich. Wrong. You need to align your spending with your values. This is the philosophy of this channel. Managing your money shouldn't be about stress, complexity, or deprivation. It should be about designing a life of freedom, purpose, and joy. If that sounds good to you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me on this journey. We're just getting started. In our next episode, we're going to get practical and build a no-stress budget from the ground up in under an hour. It's a game changer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.